living creatures who somehow manage to look past their immense differences. Take a good look, America. Take a good look, world. If they can do it, what's our excuse?
CBS's Steve Hartman reporting. Thanks for joining us this half hour. This is CBS News Up to the Minute.
CBS News Experience.
New Congress. The 111th Congress opens its new session facing the worst economic crisis in 70 years. Hard times. 2 weeks before his inauguration, Barack Obama makes it clear there's no time to waste.
We've got to act quickly. We've got to act boldly.
And Gaza crisis. Israel's push against Hamas reaches the outskirts of Gaza City as Palestinian deaths rise past 500. This is the CBS Morning News for Tuesday, January 6th, 2009. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Michelle Miller. The first day of a new congressional session is usually given over to ceremony, but the 111th Congress doesn't have that luxury. Joel Brown has more now from Washington. Good morning, Joel.
Michelle, good morning to you. The convening of this brand new Congress has the potential to be more circus than ceremony.
The new Congress convenes for the first time this morning, but it's not clear if everyone in the Senate will have a seat.
Roland Burris has not been certified by the state of Illinois. When that takes place, we'll, of course, review it.
Despite Democratic leaders' refusal to seat anyone appointed by disgraced Governor Rod Blagojevich, Roland Burris will knock on the Senate door today, and he's not the only one.
I'm ready to go to Washington.
In Minnesota, Democrat Al Franken snagged a win so close his opponent is challenging the results in court. If Senate Republicans can help it, Franken won't be seated either.
Under Minnesota law. And under Minnesota law, an election certificate does not issue until the litigation has been concluded.
While Congress tries to get itself in order, the president-elect continues to line up his cabinet, and his choice for CIA director is already creating a stir.
Mr. Obama's reportedly chosen former Clinton White House Chief of Staff Leon Panetta, but Panetta's lack of experience has sparked some protest on Capitol Hill, especially from Senator Dianne Feinstein. She's poised to head the Senate Intelligence Committee.
She was blindsided by the announcement. She had no hint it was coming, and she thought the office deserved a professional intelligence person.
Some experts say Panetta could signal a clean break from President Bush's controversial policies on torture and interrogation. Mr. Obama's official announcement could come as early as today.
Amidst the drama on Capitol Hill, Vice President-elect Joe Biden will be sworn in again as Delaware's senior senator. He'll resign that seat in 2 weeks to take his new job, Michelle.
He certainly will. Joel Brown in Washington, thank you. Well, 2 weeks from today, Barack Obama will take the oath of office as the 44th president of the United States. But he's already getting down to business, pressing for immediate action on his economic stimulus plan. Visiting Capitol Hill yesterday, Mr. Obama met with Democratic and Republican leaders and left no doubt about his expectations.
I expect to sign a bill to create 3 million jobs for the American people shortly after I get inaugurated.
The stimulus plan is expected to cost $775 billion, including about $300 billion in tax cuts. Even as he presses Congress, Mr. Obama is hunting for a new member of his economic team to replace New Mexico's Governor Bill Richardson as nominee for Commerce. Richardson withdrew from the nomination because a grand jury is investigating his dealings with a company that contributed to his political activities.
As you might expect, I'm disappointed in the turn of events. There were a lot of ways in which I thought I could help this country in a time of financial crisis.
Richardson says he's innocent of wrongdoing, but fears the investigation would slow down his confirmation. Now to the Gaza crisis, where Israeli tanks moved deeper into the southern Gaza Strip this morning, while Hamas militants fired more rockets at Israeli towns. In the north, the fighting has reached the outskirts of Gaza City, where thousands of Hamas fighters are thought to be dug in. The Palestinian death toll has now topped 500, including at least 125 civilians, and 3 Israeli soldiers were killed by a tank shell late yesterday in an apparent case of friendly fire. Let's get more now from Charlie D'Agata in London. Good morning, Charlie.
Good morning to you, Michelle. The UN says an Israeli airstrike killed 3 Palestinians in a school where hundreds had taken shelter from fighting. Israel says its forces have killed 130 Hamas militants as its ground offensive continues in Gaza. Fierce fighting raged through the night and into the dawn. Israeli troops widened their ground assault against Hamas militants, pressing closer into cities in the Gaza Strip. The Israeli military says 3 of its own soldiers were killed when a tank mistakenly shelled their position. It's believed Palestinian casualties have reached more than 550. Many are civilians. Hospitals are struggling to save hundreds more injured.
Many amputations, head injuries, and of course for a hospital in this situation to have every day more and more disaster patients coming in, it's extremely difficult.
As fighting intensifies, so do diplomatic efforts to end it. Mideast peace envoy Tony Blair is in the region, pushing for a ceasefire that will last.
What we're all trying to achieve is a situation where peace can return, but return on a basis that provides security for Israel, but also help for people in Gaza.
Despite the Israeli onslaught, Hamas continues to hit back, launching dozens of rockets into Israel. The Israelis argue any country in the world would do what it's doing to defend its people. The Israeli government demands an end to the missile attacks, international supervision of any truce, and a halt to Hamas rearming. Until that happens, Israel has vowed to keep on fighting until Hamas is no longer capable of fighting back. Now, Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas travels to New York today to urge the United Nations Security Council to call for an immediate end to fighting, followed by a plan for a permanent ceasefire. Michelle?
All right, action at the UN. Thank you, Charlie D'Agata in London. This morning, India is accusing Pakistani authorities of having a hand in the terror attacks in Mumbai last November. India's prime minister says the sophistication of the 3-day siege indicates the 10 gunmen must have had support from some official agencies in Pakistan. More than 160 people were killed in that rampage. On the CBS News Money Watch, stocks in Asia edged up higher this morning. Claire Leka is in New York with more. Good morning, Claire.
Good morning to you, Michelle. Detroit capped off one of its worst years on record. Chrysler sales slammed into reverse, plunging by nearly a third in 2008. Ford and GM were each down more than 20% for the year. Now, General Motors hasn't seen a sales number that bad since it was making Chevys with tail fins. Industry-wide, it was the worst year for selling cars and trucks since 1992. And more turmoil is ahead. Many cash-strapped consumers are losing their jobs, and it's still tough to get car loans. Even Toyota is struggling. Its sales plunged 15% last year. As a result, it's stopping production at all of 12 of its plants in Japan for 11 days. The move is unprecedented. The last time it halted production at all of its Japan plants was back in August of 1993, and that was only for 1 day. Now on Wall Street, investors did take some profits after last week's rally yesterday. The Dow does start the day down 82 points and back below that key 9,000 level. The Nasdaq edging lower by 4 points. Investors will be sifting through the latest grim economic news. Economists expect a decline in factory orders for November, as well as another drop in pending home sales. A report on the service sector is also expected to show it continues to struggle in the recession. And the 5-month slide in gas prices has come to an abrupt halt. Production cuts by OPEC could be having an effect, as well as rising tensions in the Middle East. Gas prices have risen for the first time in 16 weeks, the Energy Department reports. The average price for a gallon of gas is up a little bit more than 7 cents to $1.68 a gallon. Michelle?
All right, Claire Leka in New York. Thank you. Just ahead on the morning news, a cause of death in the Jet Travolta tragedy. Plus, disgraced financier Bernard Madoff could face new trouble. And Katie Couric has a preview of tonight's CBS Evening News.
The economic meltdown has cost thousands of people their jobs, but many are reinventing themselves in ways you'd never imagine. A recipe for optimism tonight, only on the CBS Evening News.
Talk about a wake-up call. I had a heart attack at 57. My doctor told me I should have been doing more for my high cholesterol. What was I thinking? But now, I trust my heart to Lipitor.
When diet and exercise are not enough, adding Lipitor may help. Unlike some other cholesterol-lowering medications, Lipitor is FDA approved to reduce the risk of heart attack, stroke, and certain kinds of heart surgeries if you have several common risk factors or heart disease. Lipitor has been extensively studied with over 16 years of research. Lipitor is not for everyone, including people with liver problems and women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. You need simple blood tests to check for liver problems. Tell your doctor if you are taking other medications or if you have any muscle pain or weakness. This may be a sign of a rare but serious side effect.
I learned the hard way, but you may be able to do something.
Have a heart-to-heart with your doctor about your risk and about Lipitor.
Still got flakes? That's your clue to switch shampoo. To Selsun Blue. Maximum Selsun Strength Medicine wipes out flakes, plus aloe and moisturizers keep hair healthy. No flakes or itch. Selsun Blue Shampoo. Got a clue? Get the blue.
When you have a cold, warmth can comfort you. New Tylenol warming liquids relieve your painful cold symptoms, so you feel warmer and you feel better all over.
Amazing holidays. I had the whole family. Looks like you were busy. I shopped, I cooked, I ate. And now I'm a little irregular. Don't you eat Activia? No, it's just me.
Well, then it's time for a new you. Take the Activia Challenge.
Activia eaten daily is clinically proven to help regulate your digestive system in 2 weeks.
Get ready for a new you. Take the Activia New You Challenge now. It works or it's free.
Activia.
Actor John Travolta is expected to return to Florida today with the cremated ashes of his son Jet. The 16-year-old died last week at his family's vacation home in the Bahamas. Yesterday, a funeral director said the cause of death was a seizure and there was no sign of trauma. Alaska Governor Sarah Palin is accused of a new scandal, this time involving the mother of her daughter's boyfriend. Alaska police reportedly delayed, for political reasons, the arrest of Sherry Johnston until after the election. Johnston's son, Levi, is engaged to Palin's daughter, Bristol. Yesterday, Sherry Johnston pled not guilty to selling OxyContin. Congress is trying to determine how alleged swindler Bernard Madoff was able to con so many people out of billions of dollars without getting caught. And he's facing new troubles. Cheryl Atkinson reports.
Bernard Madoff was in a New York courtroom answering to prosecutors who said he violated his bail by mailing $1 million in jewelry and assets to relatives. No decision yet on whether bail will be revoked. At the exact same time in Washington, Congress was looking into how Madoff evaded SEC regulators who were tipped off for more than a decade.
Now, if there is an investigation and we find that someone within the SEC was complicit with it, well, then that person is a crook and needs to go to jail.
A crucial witness on that score was a no-show, whistleblower Harry Markopoulos. He told Congress he was too physically worn down to testify and needs more time. A financial expert, Markopoulos first alerted officials nearly 10 years ago about what he saw as Madoff's scam. In 2005, he sent this 19-page report to the SEC titled "The World's Largest Hedge Fund is a Fraud," concluding it was highly likely that Madoff Securities is the world's largest Ponzi scheme. Using mathematical models, Markopoulos outlined 29 red flags in a virtual blueprint of how to investigate Madoff, calling his profits too good to be true. Markopoulos also said he worried about his personal safety. But where Markopoulos saw red flags, professional regulators apparently found no problems.
I want to tell that person or those people whose job it is that they suck at it.
Retired textile company owner Alan Goldstein testified he lost his life savings with Madoff and may soon lose the roof over his head.
We are ordinary people who are victims of an incomprehensible crime.
The SEC's Inspector General told Congress he plans to delve into allegations of conflict of interest involving some at the SEC and the Madoff family. Cheryl Atkinson, CBS News, Washington.
Straight ahead, your Tuesday morning weather, and in sports, a miracle win in the Fiesta Bowl game decided in the closing seconds.
Attention, diabetics with Medicare.
If you're a diabetic, I have news that could change your life. USA Medical has a new and nearly pain-free way to test your blood glucose. No more painful finger pricks. This new meter allows you to test on your arm or your palm, and it's virtually pain-free. But that's not all. It talks.
Your blood glucose reading is 97.
Seeing and hearing your reading helps confirm accuracy. Best of all, USA Medical will send you one.
I made the call. USA Medical handled everything. The meter and my testing supplies showed up at the front door. Couldn't be easier.
With USA Medical, you can get all your diabetic supplies delivered to your door. They pay shipping, they work with Medicare and your doctors, and they handle the paperwork.
I don't test on my fingers anymore. I use my arm and I can barely feel it. And I love how this meter talks to me.
Your blood glucose reading is 103.
Change the way you test. Call USA Medical.
Mom. Uh-oh. I know that one.
Some things a mom just knows. Like when they call for you, you turn to us. Triaminic Thin Strips. Each strip is pre-measured so you can give the accurate dose of medicine every time. Put your trust in Triaminic.
Make sure you grind in some fresh pepper.
Nothing completes a meal like the fresh taste and aroma of McCormick grinders.
Susie, where's the pepper? I'll do it. Thank you.
Grinders from McCormick, the taste you trust.
Here's a look at the weather in some cities around the country. New York, rain and sleet developing 34, Miami sunny 83, Chicago partly cloudy 28, Denver mostly cloudy 38, and Los Angeles partly cloudy at 59. New winter storm has walloped already battered Spokane, Washington. People spent yesterday trying to dig out from the 8 inches that fell. 76 inches of snow fell in Spokane since December 1st. The normal snowfall is 16 inches. Time now for a check on the national forecast. The latest satellite picture shows that skies are still cloudy over much of the Northwest. Meanwhile, it's clear across the upper Midwest. However, skies are gray all the way from Texas to New Jersey. Later today, periods of heavy rain will soak much of the Tennessee Valley and Deep South, where some powerful thunderstorms are also possible, we should say. A mix of rain, sleet, and snow will be developing over the mid-Atlantic states and Northeast. Elsewhere, it will be another stormy day across the Northwest, with the rain and snow expected to continue for the next few days. In sports, a thriller finish for Texas in the Fiesta Bowl game. Longhorns quarterback Colt McCoy hit Quan Cosby for a touchdown with 16 seconds to play. Third-ranked Texas beat 10th-ranked Ohio State 24-21 Thursday. Florida and Oklahoma play in the BCS national title game. In the NBA, the division-leading San Antonio Spurs won their 3rd straight game. The Spurs' Tim Duncan had 19 points and 9 rebounds. The Heat's Dwayne Wade had 24 points, but it wasn't enough as San Antonio beat Miami 91-84. New Jersey's Vince Carter scored 29 points against Sacramento. It was the first time this season the Nets won 2 straight home games. The 98-90 defeat was Sacramento's 11th straight road loss. And an upset in college basketball. Notre Dame's Luke Harangudi scored 31 points to give the 13th-ranked Irish a 73-67 win over number 9 Georgetown. That extends Notre Dame's home winning streak to 44 games. Quite a streak. When we come back, another look at this morning's top stories and why hundreds of thousands of women are undergoing unnecessary surgery.
Don't let diarrhea keep you occupied. Introducing Imodium Multi-Symptom Relief. It combines 2 powerful medicines to work fast for relief of all these symptoms, so you can get occupied with dancing. Imodium. Get back out there.
The rhinovirus, a leading cause of the common cold. Used to be, you could only cover up the symptoms of your cold. Zicam is different. Taken at the first sign, Zicam is clinically proven to shorten a cold. Get over your cold faster with Zicam.
I'm forever blowing bubbles, pretty bubbles in the air.
Shower your skin with our richest blend of cream and natural oil. Dove Cream Oil Body Washes for velvety soft skin. The ultimate moisture from Dove.
Also try Dove Cream Oil Body Lotion with 50% more moisturizer than other leading brands. It's the ultimate moisture from Dove.
They're the things you do every morning.
I get up first, so I make the coffee.
Good morning, South Florida.
Here are the stories making headlines.
I'll see you later. Love you.
Love you.
What's your morning routine?
Traffic on the highways not looking too bad.
Go to cbs4.com/morning and let us know.
Bye, Mommy.
Have a good day, honey. I'll see you later.
Don't forget that umbrella as you head out the door.
CBS 4 News. We want to be a part of your morning routine.
When you think of ultrasound, you probably think of pregnant women, right? That's only the tip of the iceberg. Diagnostic ultrasound technicians also check patients for problems of the heart, abdomen, and more. And the career field is growing as more doctors use ultrasound instead of x-rays. So if you want a career where you can help people and be in demand, call ATI for career training. The number is on your screen. Call ATI right now. One call can change your life. Call now.
On the CBS Morning News, here's a look at today's weather. Periods of heavy rain will soak much of the Deep South and Tennessee Valley, while sleet and snow will develop across the Northeast by day's end. Elsewhere, it will remain stormy across the Northwest for the next few days. Here's another look at this morning's top stories. President-elect Barack Obama is making it clear to Congress he expects fast action on his $775 billion economic stimulus package. The 111th Congress meets for the first time today. And Israeli forces are pressing their attacks in both the north and the south of the Gaza Strip this morning. More than 500 Palestinians have been killed so far. More than 1.5 million women undergo biopsies to diagnose breast cancer every year, but a new study found that almost 600,000 of those breast biopsies are unnecessary. Dr. John LaPook reports.
Good morning, how you feeling?
I'm fine, thank you, sir.
When 33-year-old Nailin Karuma had a suspicious spot on her mammogram, she feared the worst.
I thought I was gonna die.
Her doctor ordered a needle biopsy, the recommended first step in testing for breast cancer. But a study that has experts asking, where's the outrage, finds 36% of women who need breast biopsies are getting invasive surgery, costing 3 times as much as the recommended procedure. Why are surgeons ignoring their own guidelines?
It's something that they've been doing for the last 25 years. They're comfortable with the diagnostic accuracy, and they're somewhat hesitant to make a change.
A needle biopsy is done under local anesthesia, leaves a tiny scar, and costs about $1,000 to $2,000. It rarely misses lesions. A surgical biopsy requires sedation and stitches and costs about $5,000 to $6,000, and it leaves a bigger scar.
Some women even find that they have to have further work to repair the breast biopsy they had to show that they didn't have cancer. That's really crazy.
Good news, all the biopsies are negative.
For Karuma, it was the best of all worlds. A minor procedure that found no cancer.
I said, oh my God, thank God, so I can live long to see my kids.
About 90% of abnormal mammograms turn out to be benign, so the most minimally invasive approach makes the most sense. Dr. John LaPook, CBS News, New York.
Healthcare spending eased somewhat in 2007, helped by the increased use of generic prescription drugs. At the same time, the federal government reports spending for all other major medical expenses grew at the same rate or faster than in 2006. I'm Michelle Miller.
Headaches know the instant your body is stressed, tired, and running on empty. Tylenol Rapid Release Gels work with your body to silence headache pain fast by releasing medicine fast. So you don't just feel better, you feel better fast.
Introducing new Boost Kid Essentials. The only nutritionally complete drink that gives kids the power of immune-strengthening probiotics. Plus the power to grow strong with muscle-building protein and 25 vitamins and minerals. New Boost Kid Essentials. Complete nutrition for your child's healthy growth and probiotics clinically shown to help strengthen the immune system. And that means the power to do anything is possible every day.
This January, most stores are having clearance sales, and you can expect to save some money. Well, at Rooms To Go, you can expect a lot more. Because during our amazing January sale and clearance going on right now, there's a huge selection of unbeatably priced clearance items. Big discounts on selected new styles, great values on Cindy Crawford Home, plus incredible interest-free financing. See, I'll bet you weren't expecting all that in the Rooms To Go January sale and clearance. Then again, neither was the competition.
I stopped from watching this.
I got a meeting.
Say goodbye to the stigma of smoking.
Florida Quit Line, can I help you?
Yes. Be free. Quit today at 877 You Can Now. Or FloridaQuitline.com.
As the Israeli attacks in Gaza move forward, conditions are getting worse by the day. The death toll is rising and thousands of people have been wounded. There's no power and little drinking water in Gaza City, and the main hospital is unable to cope with the growing crisis. Richard Roth has more.
At the biggest hospital in Gaza, the emergency is overwhelming the ER. There aren't enough ambulances to carry the casualties who arrive in cars and taxis too. The beds are all busy at Shifa Hospital. The courtyard's a crowded waiting room. The morgue is full. General Manager Hassan Khalaf insists the majority of patients by far are civilians. We reached him by cell phone.
The latest figure is the total killed people is 543 at the moment, and about 30% of them are women and children. The number of injured people is 2,600.
Does she have any pain? 11-year-old Lama Alaiwa was brought in. Her home was hit by an Israeli bomb. Her mother and 4 siblings were killed. Her doctor's Norwegian. Mads Gilbert came to Gaza last week to help out, he says, in a hospital that's short of everything but misery.
They have no spare parts, they have no monitors, they have not enough blood pressure machines, they don't have enough trolleys, they lack everything. And on top of this, you have this huge disaster.
The word Shifa means healing, but Gilbert says Shifa Hospital is struggling to live up to its name.
We have to be even harder to select who we can treat, and we have to put aside people who could otherwise die.
One other note, a senior Israeli intelligence official says Shifa Hospital isn't just a refuge for the wounded. He says it's also being used as a hideout for some leaders of Hamas. Hospital officials vehemently deny that. Richard Roth, CBS News, Tel Aviv.
Pirate ships were intercepted off the coast of Africa in the Gulf of Aden Sunday. A French Navy ship stopped 2 hijackings by pirates based in Somalia. The French answered distress calls from cargo ships registered in Croatia and Panama. They captured 19 pirates in small boats. A dozen families in Dallas have been left homeless after a fire gutted their apartment building. The 2-alarm fire could be seen for miles yesterday. A firefighter suffered minor injuries. The cause of the blaze has not been determined. Finally, if bigger is better, we have just moved up on the celestial scale. Astronomers have long thought the nearby Andromeda galaxy was bigger than our own Milky Way galaxy, but new findings show the Milky Way is bigger and spinning faster, too. How about that? That's the CBS Morning News for this Tuesday. Thanks for being here with us, and we hope you'll join us later for the early show. I'm Michelle Miller. Have a great day.
For news 24 hours a day, log on to cbsnews.com.
CBS News is very good news. Coming up, new details on the Travolta family tragedy, an exclusive live report from the Bahamas. Coming up on The Early Show on CBS.
The economic meltdown has cost thousands their jobs, but many are reinventing themselves in ways you'd never expect. A recipe for success tonight on the CBS Evening News.
Join Queen Latifah for the People's Choice Awards, live Wednesday only on CBS.
Good morning, South Florida. I'm Jim Barry.
And I'm Cynthia Demas. Here's what's making news right now. It is Transition Day in Washington, D.C. Today, the 111th Congress is set to be sworn in. Plus, how much money you could save with President-elect Obama's new economic stimulus plan.
Also, a crime alert in a South Florida neighborhood. What police say you should be looking out for this morning.
And welcome to the Big Top. The Ringling Brothers Circus is taking over downtown Miami. We are live as elephants march down Biscayne Boulevard. Elephants.
How about that? And they're holding up traffic. CBS 4 News This Morning starts right now.
From Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys, this is South Florida's CBS 4 News.
All right, the time now is 5 a.m. The day is Tuesday, January 6th. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Jim Barry.
And I'm Cynthia Demas. Lisette Gonzalez is here with our topsy-turvy forecast. Lisette?
Oh, yeah. Well, once again, Jim and Cynthia, we have a dense fog advisory in effect until 9 a.m. for portions of inland Broward County, also for inland Miami-Dade County. So just keep that in mind if you're going to be traveling in any of these areas. Visibility could be less than a quarter of a mile due to the calm winds and the clear skies right now. Temperatures very similar to yesterday at this time. Much cooler inland, 64 in West Kendall and Pembroke Pines, but then closer to the coast, milder. 71 for Fort Lauderdale, 69 in Miami. The rest of the afternoon, get ready for another warm, humid day. It's going to feel very summery out there with temperatures well above average, 82 degrees this evening. 74 with a warm breeze. We do have some changes on the way, possibly some wet weather tomorrow due to a cold front, and then temperatures cooling down. I'll also let you know what's going to be taking place for that big Gator game on Thursday. All the details straight ahead, but right now let's get the details on your commute. Christina Loren going to let you know if those elephants are affecting your drive this morning.
No, actually they're not, Lisette. Good morning to you, South Florida. A couple things to point out, though, that could affect your drive. Let's start with some construction that's shaping up in Broward County. Florida's Turnpike southbound between Commercial and Sunrise Boulevards. That's all part of the Turnpike widening project. The Sawgrass Expressway north and southbound after Lyons. As you approach the tolls at the Deerfield Beach Toll Plaza, they're going to continue to work on that project. That project should be entirely wrapping up, though, in March. Looks like March 15th. Meanwhile, if you're catching a flight this morning, we have no delays out of either major airport. We'll let you know if that changes. For CBS 4 Traffic, I'm Christina Loren.
All right, Christina, thank you. Well, today is a big day of transition in the nation's capital as the 11th Congress is going to be sworn in.
Yeah, 111th. A new Congress will convene for the first time this morning, but it's not clear if everyone in the Senate will have a seat. The House will swear in 54 new members, while the Senate will swear in 9 new members, among them Roland Burris. You'll remember who that is. Burris was the one appointed by Illinois Governor Rod Blagojevich to fill Barack Obama's Senate seat. Officials say income